So first of all, I would like to thank you all for joining the webinar and showing your interest to know about our solution. And before getting into the details of our solution, I would like to give you a quick brief about our product, our company, Incresolve Software Services Private Limited. And after that, I will get into the more details of the solution. So we are SAP Open System, Open Ecosystem Partner and IBM Business Partner. And certifications point of view, we are ISO 9001 2015 company. And recently we got the ISO 27001 certification as well. And coming to the background of the company, Incresolve stands for Incredible Solutions. And this company is started in the year of 2011 by a couple of IIT alumni with the strong experience on SAP practices. Like they have the strong expertise on SAP. They worked earlier with the big companies like IBM and Accenture, etc. And from there, they moved out and started this business. And after that, our focus slowly diversified into the other domains or other competencies like application development or analytics and it's like enterprise mobile application development or the e-commerce solutioning, etc. And in the span of this last 6 years, we expanded our operations from India to Brazil, USA, and this year we are targeting to get into Australia and UK. So as I said that we have the 4 major competencies with our organization, and one of the major competencies is application development or application maintenance services, which is based on the J2E platform or .NET services. And we do provide the enterprise mobility services and IoT related services, where we usually develop a lot of mobile apps to the enterprises, and some specifically we have done extensive work on the logistics management or logistics or supply chain management system or mobile solution. And coming to our ERP expertise, we have a major competency, or the primary competency of the organization is the ERP solution. So our primary competency of ERP is SAP, and we do provide SAP Business Suite services like maintenance services or the enhancements or upgrades of SAP Business Suite. And also we did major integrations of your SAP system with multiple systems that are on the cloud or on your landscape with the different application, different technology, or your partner systems. Like that, we have done extensive integrations with the latest integration options available with SAP, like point-to-point integrations or the integrations through SAP PO or integrations using some other third-party tools like web methods, etc. Also, we have done file-based integrations, etc. So also we do have the SAP BI and BO services, analytics services practice, which provide the analytics services to our SAP customers. And we have a practice on the e-commerce, large-scale e-commerce solutioning, mainly focused on IBM WebSphere Commerce and SAP Hybris, and partly into Oracle ATG. And we also provide the omni-commerce services and the fully managed order management services to our customers. These are some quick information about our competencies. So coming to our domain expertise, we have expertise extensive. We did extensive work on retail and manufacturing, and partly into packaged goods. And we also did a piece of work in hospitality, utilities, and media and entertainment domain. And we generally operate on the onshore-offshore model. Part of our team used to deploy to the customer location, and the part of team at our offshore delivery center located in Hyderabad. And it's purely based on the project need and the customer need. We usually deploy or enable our teams to execute the project. And as I said, we have the operations in USA, Brazil, and India now currently. And this year we are planning to expand ourselves to UK and Australia, and hope we'll achieve this target positively. So keeping these services and all aside, we also have some research collaboration activities, considering our alumni are from IIT background. So they have strong tie-ups with a few IITs, and mainly with IIT Dhanbad, we are having the research collaboration with them. We used to pass some of the industry typical problems to the professors and the students over there, so that they will convert them into the student projects, and they used to do some research or the coming up with some new ideas or the new solutions, so that we used to connect these ideas to the customers, and based on the customer interest, we used to push them to the reality. So like that, some research activities we used to do. Also, we used a lot of knowledge sessions with the students, like campus to corporate connect or practical scenarios of how the industry works or how the projects execute, and etc. And also we do provide the internship services to the students. Along with this, we also part of startup plans that originate at the student level or the college level. We used to mentor the students. We used to act as mentors to them. We used to guide them how to implement their idea to the reality. Also, how do they plan financially and technically and in other aspects, so that they will get some proper guidance and they can do some successful ventures or startups. Also, we use to educate that how do they think, and rather than going through the simple textbook knowledge, we use to guide them in terms of how do they think better and how do they come up with some new ideas or how should their thought process should go. Like think out of the box sessions we use to conduct with the students. So along with Hyderabad, we also have a collaboration with a couple of colleges from Hyderabad. We used to conduct frequent sessions or periodic sessions with them. So this is a quick brief about our organization, and let me get into the presentation of our solution. Hope you are able to see my screen. If you have any difficulty, please drop a message in the chat so that we will do the needful corrective action. And before getting into the details of our solution, I would like to give you a quick brief about what is GST and what is GSP and what is ASP. And I hope by this time most of you are already aware of this one. But I would like to give a quick brief. I may spend a half minute or 1 minute on this one. So as part of GST, government initiated that all the transaction or the returns process should go through the digitalization process, and they have given the utmost provision for the automation of this returns process through API model. And they have government came up with their own API framework and they came up with their own API formats. And instead of exposing their systems, they identified few Suda providers or the facilitators from the market, and they gave the licenses to few companies. Around 34 companies got this license, and they are called the GST Suda providers, and in short GSPs. So their purpose, their duty is to enable the government services to the taxpayers or the other software providers who can consume their services so that they can reach the government. There is nothing but one middle layer which will enable the communication or the interaction with the government through API handshaking mode. So the purpose of the GSPs is to enable the API framework to the taxpayers, and nothing much above that other than the information display or some sort of informative screens and etc. So if you want to integrate your ERP solution with these GSPs or through the GST system, they may not be ready to integrate with these systems because of different API framework or different model, and your ERP may work in a different manner, and your data may be in a different format. So that we need to convert all this data, and we need to adopt to the protocols mentioned by the government. So this is a bit cumbersome process. To help the customers or the taxpayers to overcome these challenges, government has given a provision called ASPs, which are nothing but application service providers. So Incresol is an ASP provider, and we are tied up with multiple GSPs. So the purpose of ASPs is to provide a tailored solutions to the customer, or tailored solution to a specific ERP, so that those ERP or the taxpayers can use this system to file their returns without any difficulty in a very shorter time or in the optimal time, because there are a lot of returns or multiple returns you need to file in the period of on every month. So the better the system to file, better the system you will get, the better you can or the simplify your job of filing returns. The purpose of ASPs is to simplify your returns process, or very sophisticated systems based on your tailored to your need or tailored to the need of your ERP. So these ASPs in turn will interact with GSPs so that there won't be any hassle for the taxpayer to manage GSPs, etc. Those ASPs will take care of this job, and they will make sure that the returns will flow to the government system. So this is overall about the GSP and ASP and the government systems of the GST servers. Now let me try to explain you the topology of our solution, okay, how the systems are involved or how the communication or messages will flow. So our solution has two components. One is the primary component, excuse me, so which is located at the center part. You can see it as the ASP cloud solution. So ASP tax has a cloud solution which is the main system which is enabled to our taxpayers through internet based medium, so that they can access the system through web browser, and they can do their filing process, and they can access their data. They can do a lot of analytics as well as filing, and also do the reconciliation or rectification activities, and all returns related activities can be done along with some of the advanced features that we are providing. So it has two flavors, I can say. And one is the multi-tenant model. The cloud is available in the multi-tenant model. That is nothing but a shared system by multiple customers. And that system will be used by multiple customers. They use it to upload the data, or they use it to integrate their ERPs with the system. And they will log in and do the filing activities. And another option is dedicated instance, where the users, this system or the instance will be dedicated to a specific customer or a group of companies or a particular auditing firm or some particular service providing company, so that their customers or that particular company itself can access this system. It is not accessible to anyone else. So these two type of flavors are available in terms of our cloud solution. And coming to the other component, which is a small component, we have developed for multiple ERPs. One of that is SAP. Considering this webinar is more specific to SAP, I'm going to focus more on the SAP oriented component here. So we have a cloud connector available on, we have developed one cloud connector which will be deployed in your SAP ECC system. And as it's nothing but set of ABAP programs and tables and etc. and reports, a lot of things are there, around 50 reports or something like that, a lot of reports developed by our product team. So all those will be deployed in your system, in your ECC system, and this component used to take care of enabling the communication between your SAP system and our cloud system. That is nothing but there is no need to download your data and manually upload the data to cloud. This is going to take place automatically, and the data communication between your system and cloud will take place automatically, and data extraction will be taken care by this component on the ERP side, so that no manual efforts required from SAP side to generate the data. It will be automatically be taken care. Only your focus and efforts are required to file your returns, nothing much. And any conflicts or the mismatches happens, you can just focus on those, which is a very primary thing to make sure that your compliances are up to date and you are going through the proper information filing to filing through the you are going through the proper filing of right information to the government. So we want our customers to focus more on their returns filing process than data activities, generation activities, and the data inconsistency issues or security, etc. So all this can be avoided with this component, so that everything will be taken care here, and lot of reports are there, so that you can easily understand if your system is up to date with the government or not yet, or government system is up to date aligned to your ERP or not. All these type of three-way comparison reports, etc. A lot of things are provided in this one. So it will save a lot of your time. We can say at least you can do your returns process in just hardly in the manner of 1 or 1.5 hours. So without spending much time. So, and coming to the other ERPs, what we have given is we have given the API framework from our cloud solution, so that those ERPs can directly call our API services and upload their data or get the status data back to ERP system and do the needful actions on the ERP side. So these are the direct integratable options we have given. And suppose any of your ERP is not reachable to internet or don't have any provisions to interact with the or generate the files in the form, generate the consumer API framework. In that case, we have given a provision to download the data in the form of CSV templates, and you can upload that back to our cloud solution through these CSV files. So that from there you can after that you can proceed with the filing of your return. So this is how the ERP component and our cloud component. And our cloud component will interact with the GSP systems. We are affiliated with 3 GSP providers, and so that to ensure that at least your filing process will continue without any problem, even though some of the GSP provider system is down due to any reason, we will route the traffic to the other GSP provider. So like that, we are enabling multiple backup or fallback options. So through this GSP handshaking, we'll reach government servers and update your data, and same way we'll reach government servers and read the data and do the filing process and also information update process time to time. So this is overall the quick view of our systems landscape is, and how your messages data will flow. So before getting into the demo system, I would like to take a small scenario, B2B regular invoice scenario, to give you a quick understanding of how you process your returns or file your returns, a step-by-step process I am trying to explain here, so that it's easier for you to understand in our system. So I have taken an example of one sale transaction happened from your business with your customer. Customer is also B2B, so your customer is their business. So for example, one of your customer or one of your it's like a customer company bought a laptop from your company, and that invoice number is design we 1 2 3 4 5 was given, and base price is 20,000, GST is 3,600, etc. So like, for example, this transaction happened between you and your customer, and I'm trying to simulate how the filing will happen for this type of for this transaction with the government. So let me highlight you in the system. Okay. So as part of the GST, government has given with the multiple returns forms, which are called in short GSTRs, GST returns forms, and each form is given with a number 1 to 12. So GSTR 1, GSTR 2, GSTR 3, like that there are GSTR 12 forms are given so far, and each form is meant for a specific purpose or specific type of transactions or the data filing to the government. So one of that one is GSTR 1, which is for outward supplies or your sales transactions. So you need to file your sales transaction to the government and of every month. That is nothing but if you want to like last month, like for example, July data should be filed to the government. July sales data should be filed to the government by 10th of August. August data to be filed to the government by 10th of September, like that. So that is how it will go in the regular cycles. So the due date to file your GSTR1, that is nothing but is the 10th of every month. So what you will do is you will upload your invoice to the government in the form of electronic data, and you will file your GSTR1 by 10. So once you are done with your GSTR1, or once you upload your invoice to the government system, that will be made available to your customers to download. So before getting further, I would like to highlight that the returns process is like as part of GST, government enabled that you should go through the two-way verification process. What is this two-way verification? That is nothing but sales supplier will upload the truth to the government, and the counterparty, who is nothing but customer, who will download and verify that information and authorize that. It is nothing but one party will upload the information, another party should authorize the information. Then only government will consider that the transaction is complete and valid. So as part of that, first you will file GSTR1, that is nothing but you are uploading the data to the government. Then you will go with the GSTR2A, that is nothing but your customer will, GSTR2A is nothing but download form, that is nothing but download the invoices uploaded to the government by their this customer suppliers against their GST number. So here you can see that GSTR2A, generally they will be made away from, but if someone uploaded early before the hand, then also you can see that all the uploaded documents, but with the different statuses, filed or not yet filed or like that. So we generally recommend our customers to do the reconciliation from 11th of every month to avoid the reworks. Okay, so the customer can download the invoice uploaded by you, and by from 11th it will be made available the final copy, and after that they will verify the invoice with the paper copy or the their ERP system, what exactly the data here, and after that, if everything is okay, that is nothing but the copy that you have given uploaded to the government versus the data that is there with your customer is matching, then they can simply accept that invoice by adding the information of ITC eligibility or ITC amounts against that, and they should file this data information back to the government in the form of GSTR2. So the due date for this one is 15th of every month. And by any chance, there is a mismatch in the information, there are different unhappy scenarios are possible, which are going to be a painful activity. So one of the possible scenario is your accounting team by mistake issued the invoice of 2,000 instead of 20,000, for example. It's a rare case, but just I'm taking it as maybe hypothetical also in some years, but just I'm taking it as an example for your easy understanding. So there is a mismatch, like, okay, the customer's copy is saying that 20,000, but your uploaded copy is saying that 2,000. Then they will say that, okay, I think my supplier uploaded the wrong data, or while filing the returns, the file generation may be wrong, or some wrong data uploaded to GST. So they can have a chance saying that, okay, my supplier data is wrong, I want to modify, and the customer can modify that data and upload the correct data to the government through GSTR2. That is one type of unhappy scenario. Or sometimes wrong GSTN number entered, so that the inappropriate invoice is showing against my name, which is inactual, which is not mine. In that case, the customer can reject that invoice. Or sometimes the customer can see the invoice has the differences, and they can put that invoice on hold. Or some cases, the goods are issued from your side, but not yet reached the customer. Then customer ERP generally will not have that invoice because the goods receipt is not posted to the system. So they may not have the invoice in their system. They can keep that invoice on the pending state, so they can process that invoice, or they can consider that invoice reconciliation in the latter phase once the goods are arrived and the invoice is generated on the customer system. So like this, there are different scenarios are possible. So many unhappy and happy scenarios are there. So considering that, based on that, customer can share their feedback in the form of GSTR2 along with ITC information, along with their customer feedback like accept, reject, modify, or mark it for keep it on hold. Like that, they can put that action and upload to the government in the form of GSTR2. So once you are done, once customers file their feedback, then the system will be made available, the data will be made available to the supplier to review the customer feedback. Sometimes if it is accepted, happy scenario, no action required from your side. But there is a chance that the customer may have some issues with your invoice, they may have rejected, they have modified, then those scenarios should be taken care by you or your accounting team in the form of GSTR1A. So what your team will do is they will download, the supplier team will download the GSTR1A to verify the customer feedback. And after that, if there are any further actions required against the customer feedback, they can file it as a GSTR1 with the proper response back to the government, saying that my customer is right or my customer is wrong, or I want some more time to resolve this one. Like that, you can put different types of statuses like accept, reject, or keep on hold. Like that, you can put different one of the option, and you can proceed further with the filing of GSTR1A. But GSTR1A is as of now, it is an optional step. You may file it, you may not file it. If you don't file it, it will be taken care automatically in the next period's GSTR1 process. So this is how the flow it will go. Once you are done with GSTR1 and 2, the next step is you need to come up with a final liability declaration and clearing of your liability in that by utilizing cash or the ITC balances, and that is nothing but form called GSTR3. GSTR3 is nothing but it's the finalizing your liabilities and clearing the liabilities and declaring back to the government that how you want to clear or how you clear your liabilities. Along with, if there are any refunds, you can also declare the refund claims so that the government will process the data for the in the next 60 days or 90 days, something like that. So GSTR3, these three are GSTR1, 2, 3 are these three are the most common forms that will come into your most of the businesses fall under these 1, 2, 3 forms. There are some other forms like GSTR6, GSTR8 to the specific type of businesses or specific scenarios. Okay, so they will come into the picture from the month of September or October onwards. But for the time being, government gave the go for GSTR1, 2, and 3 from September 5th onwards. Till then, GSTR3B is given to file quick returns by August 20th, and another by September 20th. Okay, so this is the flow of filing your returns. The left side section highlights the activities in terms of a supplier, and the right side section highlights the activities or the filing activities in terms of a customer. And both customer and supplier point of view, GSTR3 is required, but I haven't kept any arrow, but it indicates GSTR3 is a common step. All suppliers do as well as all the customers will do. Okay, it's a common step. The central part highlights the government systems or the government servers. So hope you understand the flow. So let me try to show you this in the system. Before showing this in the system, I would like to give you the quick flow in terms of SAP. Okay, so let me show you the SAP data flow. Now you understood that how the return should work. And now I will try to highlight here that how your SAP data flows to the government system through using our asptax cloud solution and asptax SAP connector, and how it will simplify your job of filing returns and optimize your time. Just I will explain you the quick flow, and after that I will jump into the system and show you the full flow from the SAP to cloud solution. So your users keep on record their business transactions daily basis to the system. Okay, so your SAP system is full of GST transactions in terms of your sales or the procurement activities. And okay, so from here, your information should flow to our cloud so that our cloud system will upload this data to the government. So you can upload the data anytime, daily basis, or in n number of times in a day to the government system. There is no any such restriction. You can upload the data on frequently, it's like multiple times in a day. So to enable that, so what we recommend to our customers is like, rather than holding all your data till the end of the month, suppose till the end of the month means, okay, suppose you capture all your information from SAP system, and if you want to upload this data to 5th of that month period, that's the returns filing month, then if you want to go and upload the data, that might be the hectic time on the servers. And hope you are already aware that how the government service performance will be. Sometimes they are good and sometimes they may not able to handle the bandwidth. And considering these are initial days, there will be definitely some hiccups. So if you want to upload all your data on the one go, that is going to take time. That is going to consume requires a lot of bandwidth. So to avoid such type of last minute bandwidth issues or the server uptime or the availability issues, we strongly recommend our customers to keep on load the data to the government whenever it happens on daily basis or on weekly basis or daily twice or thrice, something like that. With a specific periodicity, if you keep on uploading your data, that's better. That will simplify that your upload activity, and government servers are up to date with your data. Only thing what you need to do is you need to go and verify the data, upload it to the government, and file the returns. Just 2 or 3 steps you need to do other than that uploading the data. So even though servers are available for 10-15 minutes, your job is done. But if you want to load all at a time, it is going to be a very cumbersome activity and it is going to make you fail in the initial days at least. Till the time the servers are well matured in terms of required sizing and scalability of the user need or user bandwidth required. So to avoid such type of last minute upload bandwidth issues, what we have done is we have given the SAP connector. It will be deployed in your SAP EC system, and it will keep on update as per the frequency of the jobs that you schedule in your system. Like based on your convenience, you can schedule the jobs like daily ones, like nightly jobs, or weekly ones, or the weekend Sunday jobs, or bi-weekly jobs, or the monthly jobs you can schedule. What it will do is it will extract the information, delta info transaction data for the whatever the period that was there, and whatever the data that is created in that particular period. It will grab that information and it will automatically upload to the cloud system. So there is no manual activity of extraction or the generation of data. Our connector will take care of that one. So also if someone don't want to do it scheduled, we also have given the manual option, but we strongly recommend to make it a scheduled because there is no harm in uploading the data because you can override the data any number of times with the government system. There is no any tracking on that. Government is very much open to you to upload the data. Whenever modification happens, you can again modify the data. So our connector is going to take care of the modifications and delta processing automatically. So better you make it happen on weekly or daily basis based on your data volume. So once data comes to our ASPtax cloud system, and from there it will periodically or scheduled manner, it will upload the data directly to the government system. So that here also we are making it automated so that no need to have any thing to be done from your side. So it is simplified. That means without any effort from your side, the data from your SAP system will reach government system. And what government will do is, government is processing the data in the queue manner, like it will put all the requests in the queue, it will process one after the other, so that it may take 10-15 minutes time, sometimes it may take 1 hour time also based on the volume of data that is in the queue, so that it will process it on based on its own sweet time and the resources available. And our cloud system will keep on poll the government servers for the status update on the documents sent for the upload, and it will pull the document status and in the scheduled manner, and after that this data will be synchronized back to SAP. So like ASPtax requesting GST servers, your SAP system using our connector will keep on in touch with our cloud solution for the latest updates of the data upload. So if anything goes wrong, immediately SAP system will come to know that particular record is failed or something happened, so that it can issue the alert to your users so that they can react immediately, or they can react based on some weekly corrective actions or something like that, based on by setting up some process, and they can resubmit the data to the cloud again, and it will be taken care of. It will be further processed to the government system. So that I want to convey that your SAP system will always be up to date with the latest progress of your data in terms of uploading and filing to the government system. And so once the data is synchronized back with the status and all to the SAP system, and if there are any corrective actions required in your data, and rather than waiting for the next period in the same month, you can do some corrective actions in your system because the periods and everything are open in your system. It's easy for you to do the corrective actions rather than waiting till the filing time. So we have given the ASPtax in user interfaces through which your users can see all the errors, all the problems occurred against a specific document or set of documents, and they can do the corrective actions, and they can resubmit the data back to the, they can reprocess or resubmit the data to the cloud system through our connector. So that your user responsibility is to just keep on do your business and record the transactions in SAP. And whenever some errors or anything reported by the government, only those things should be taken care by your users. Other than that, nothing is required to be handled anything manually. Remaining everything can be happened automated or scheduled manner. So this is the data flow of documents. And here you can see, just for understanding the step by step, I have given the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. For 6, 7, 8, I have given a different color because they are the steps which are going to be, which will come into the picture in case of any errors or exceptional scenarios. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the regular scenario on daily basis, weekly basis. It will keep on push the data or upload the data to the government. And 6, 7, 8 mainly for in case of any errors happen, manual intervention is required, where those 6, 7, and 8 reprocessing steps will come into the picture. So that by end of your month, your data is ready with the government server. This approach, if you follow this approach, by 30th or 31st or the 1st of next month, immediately your data will be available with the government. They will be uploaded and final. And just the next step is you simply need to log into our cloud system and verify the data. Or you can do this verification from SAP side also, because we have given three-way verification reports on SAP, which will compare your SAP ledgers and your ASP ledgers, like our cloud ledgers, and the government ledgers. It will compare all the three ledgers. Simply you can say that by checking these ledger totals, saying that, okay, whether your data is completely synchronized or not synchronized, or if it has any issues. That will give you a quick picture. That's one way of quick verification option we have given. So this verification, and after that you can simply log into cloud because your data is with the government already. Simply verify if all the ledgers are tallying. Simply next step is you need to go and file your return. That is nothing but hardly a job of 5 minutes. So the verification, we are saying that may take hardly an hour or less than that, but filing maybe 5 minutes job. Simply you can go and return your file your returns with the e-sign or the digital signature token option we have given, e-token options, whatever we have given with our system. So once you file it, so the next step is we are going to synchronize that information back to SAP, saying that what all the information that we have finally declared to the government in terms of ledger totals and section-wise totals, counterparty-wise totals, etc. So that your SAP system will be up to date with that information of compliance data that is with the government. So that in future, if you want to have any reports or any auditing or any root cause analysis things are required, you can simply refer this compliance data that is available with our connector, and you can take your decisions very easily. That is nothing but no need to log into cloud again and pull the data, download Excels, and it's like calculation of so much stuff. All this can be very well avoided with this ASP tax connector. That automatically will take care of this reconciliation or the compliance reporting activities. So that simply run that report and view your data, and you can understand what happened. So that this will have a copy of whatever is there with the government. So it will always will be handy that what exactly there with the government and what exactly there with your SAP system, because both are on your SAP system. It will become much easier for you to do any auditing or the corrective actions or the troubleshooting activities. Okay, so as part of reconciliation, there is a chance of modifications happens because sometimes your data is wrong. You accepted that counterparty data is right. That is nothing but accept counterparty. Then in that case, what will happen is your data will be modified with that one, but your SAP is out of date with that data. So to handle those type of scenarios, all modifications will be well tracked by our connector, and it will give you a report or the information saying that, okay, these are set of modifications happened as part of this particular filing period, so that you can see all the modifications in your list, and you can see that what exactly the modification happened, which data is modified, and simply you can go to your SAP core system or your core modules and do the subsequent documents or file, or it's like create subsequent documents, or in case of modification, modify subsequent documents. But ideally, there is no modification process in AP. So only the option is you need to reverse or cancel the dev documents, or you need to create subsequent documents to balance the modification. So this will be given, this provision will be given from our ASP connector. So that the simple, if you observe this entire diagram or the flow, only 3 steps are manual. One, any exceptions or errors, your user use our connector and modify it. Second, verification of data. That is also we have simplified a lot through hell lot of Excel sheets and all. Simply one ledger report will be there. That ledger report will give you the clarity that what are the imbalances you are having in terms of data. If totals are matching, that's more than enough, because your totals end of the day, the liability will be on the total. That means your total liability declarations are perfect with the government and perfect compared with the SAP. That's more than enough because the totals are matching. That means you are not paying anything less or more. And third manual step is just modification handling. That is nothing but the modifications, whatever happened on the cloud side, that will be given by our asptax connector. So that simply take those modifications and you can incorporate those modifications to your SAP system as per the business process that you would like to adopt. Even we'd like to guide our some best practices based on that follow, or you can have your own process to adopt. So only 3 steps I can say which are manual, which are not much time taking activities, and it all depends on the modification or the corrective actions. Other than that, the filing process is very simple. I can say it's a less than an hour job, I can say. So that you can save your entire accounting team's time and the lengthy and painful process of GST returns through our ASP tax SAP connector. So hope it is clear for you how this flow or the connector works and what exactly it will do. It's more than a communicator. It's not just integrator. It do a lot of other jobs. I will show you in the system how exactly it will work. So let me log into our SAP system. First, I will show you the connector, and after that, I will get into our cloud solution and show you the cloud solution point of view, what exactly you need to do or what are the provisions you are having. So what we have done on SAP side is we have made it as a single cockpit for all your GST returns activities, which is called YIG cockpit. Is nothing but GST cockpit what we have created. So just going here, you can do all your GST returns activities, monitoring or submissions or the report access or the compliance reports, etc. All the data will be accessible from here based on the authorizations that are assigned to you. So we have given different authorization objects so that based on that authorization objects, you can assign to your users like admins will have the admin oriented authorizations and GST sales, that is nothing but only sales related data they can access or they can act on. And there is another authorization object called purchase. So only your procurement team will do their procurement activities. That is nothing but we have given the provision to divide the access options so that your data will be accessible to the right people only and the right people only act on that one. So that it will be easy for you so that unwanted actions or unknowingly people we can avoid the actions from the users. So we have given that type of permission levels are in the connector, in this connector. So the first screen that you are seeing here is the dashboard. Okay, so this is one of the interesting topic because you will have multiple business places. As part of GST, you need to file your returns in terms of each business place is a separate returns you need to file. So might be different accounting teams they are doing their job, or might be a single accounting team, central accounting team doing their job. But it will be hard for the management or the accounting teams to aggregate or combine all this information and see the latest status. So for that provision, all your company codes or the companies that are there in the SAP system, Indian companies will come here and along with the business places and along with the status of their filing. Here you can see that for July the filing is not initiated at all, so that's why it is all looking as a gray color. And so suppose IN47 if I select, here we have also given the pictorial representation of the data. Like GSTR1, all are gray, that means nothing is started. For example, MH01, nothing is started. So like this you can see that, and also we have given the pictorial representation of return by return status also. Each goes through some series of steps. So till what workflow level or what workflow step level the returns process reached, all this information can be viewed from here. Okay, so let me change the period. Okay, so here if I go here and let me select that as June. Let me see if there is some data. Okay, if I select the change the period as June, for the month of June, you can see that already GSTR1 is filed for the IN47 business place and GSTR2 is in progress and 1A is in progress and 3 is filed or something like that. Okay, ideally this won't happen, but some are there. Okay, so like this, you can have a quick view of your data. Also, you can see the progress or the status of your returns. GSTR1 and GSTR2, you can see it here. Currently, GSTR2 is in progress. Similarly, you can go to this one, you can see the progress of your data. So like this, what we have given is, we have given the pictorial representation to give the quick picture of where exactly the status or your return process stands and what is the current state. So this is a quick dashboard which will give a quick picture of your latest filing status of all your company codes and business places. And also you can have the real-time data synchronization saying that update status from ASP. If you click that one, the latest status that is there with the ASP will be synchronized here and you can see the latest status of the information. So this is the main screen, I can say, where you can have the quick view of the progress of your GST returns filing. And there is another thing, ASP cockpit. This is the main area, work area I can say. And generally your user manual activities, whatever I said, that may happen from here, or the reports, lot of reports, whatever we have given are accessible from here. Okay, so let me go to the ASP monitor. Okay, so this is one of the main monitoring work area, I can say that, where from where you can see the all your company codes and business places that are configured with our connector can be displayed here, and you can see each business place under the company code. And under the business place, you can see different. You divide the data into the inward supplies and outward supplies. Based on your authorization, these notes will be displayed or accessible to you. Suppose if you go to the outward supplies, it is saying that 53 invoices are extracted and that are there with system. Suppose inward supplies, there are around 20 invoices like that. Our extractors will take care of this job of extracting the documents from the system, and it will be made available for you to monitor or view. So this will give you the total list of documents that are there for that particular period, which are required to be filed. Okay, so all the data you can see it here. So the first column highlights the status and the status text. That is nothing but what is yet to be uploaded to ASP or received from source. And after that, the SAP document number, like official document number or the document number, regular document number, whichever the model you are adopting. But generally, it's recommendable to go with the official document number ODN instead of going with the regular document number, even though you are having a single company code and single business place. So it will give you all the information, and after that, it will show you the IGST, SGST, and amounts. And in the end, it will also highlight the reference numbers of our cloud system. Okay, so let me come here and simply, now I am trying to do it manually just for your understanding, but ideally it will happen through automatic approach. Like scheduled jobs will take care of this data upload and get status and all these activities. But by any chance, if you want to process any specific document again, you can come here and select the document, and you can very well click on the process data. This process data will submit this data to the cloud system. Automatically, the data will upload it to the cloud. And once it is uploaded, it will give you with some acknowledgement number. You can see the acknowledgement number assigned already here. So let me go to the cloud system and see. Let me log into our cloud solution. Okay, I'm logging into our cloud solution, which is mainly for uploading your data or you processing your returns and etc. So I'm logging into this one. So I can see it here. Once you log in, you can see the list of organizations assigned under your name. Suppose in case of group companies, if there are multiple companies are there, you can see multiple companies assigned to your name. This is purely based on the organizations assigned to you. You can attach or detach an organization to a user, and also you have the permissions to control it at the business level, business place level also. You can attach a business place or you can detach a business place from the user as well. It's based on the pure assignment of the user to the business place. Those business places will only be made available here for the access to the user. Suppose if I click on the business place, suppose demo business place 1. Okay, let me log into the business place. So once I am here, this is the first screen, is the dashboard screen, where you can see the summary of your data for the particular period. Suppose let me select June. Okay, for the month of June, if you look at it here, you can see that there is a set of invoices, 11 invoices are there in the system, uploaded to the system, and one purchase invoice is uploaded, and the liability is tax summary, ITC credit summary, and overall tax liability. Even in the GST portal, you don't get this one, but we are calculating and showing it as a provisional ITC tax overall liability, so that you can understand total life that is there on your head or on your company. Okay, so from here you can see this one. This is a quick dashboard related to your business place. And so whenever you load the data from SAP, that generally be visible, or you can track that upload of data from the data load jobs. Okay, from here you can see that information. Okay, so whenever the data load happens, you can see for each data load or submissions, you can see a separate process and also the error files, corresponding error files, and at what time and at what date it was loaded. Okay, because of server time zone difference, it's showing the different one. Okay, but 1114 is the latest one loaded up today. That is nothing but the file that we have loaded now. Okay, so you can see that the job is completed successfully. It will be loaded in the job manner, so that the batch manner, so the data will be loaded to our system whenever the submitted from the SAP side. So you can also view the data using our reports. We have different reports, but for the time being, we are enabling the quick supply and quick outward supply and inward supply reports. So let me log in. Let me go to the outward supplies report. And in the sales summary, I would like to go to invoices. In the invoices, let me select the period June because we loaded the data for. And here you can see that. Let me sort by document number. So here you can see that there are around 11 documents are there. Okay. So let me go to SAP and see that 28,007, 8, 9, 10, 11, these 4, 5 documents we have uploaded now to the cloud system from SAP. So let me see here. You can see that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 already there in the system. That means they are uploaded successfully to the system. Also, you can view the data of these documents. So this is all nothing to do from your side. Just in case of any issues, these reports are helpful. But generally, all the things will be taken care automatically. Just for your understanding and highlighting, I'm showing you these reports to highlight that data is loaded successfully. Okay, so the data is loaded successfully. And what will happen on SAP side? On SAP side, there is a provision for simply it's like get status. This will also update automatically to just run it manually, the get status, and see the status update. You can see that SAP is updated that the status of this document is moved from yet to be uploaded to received from source. And also you can see on the right side, the ASP reference numbers are also updated. You can see the batch number, that is nothing but file number or the acknowledgement file number that is given by our cloud. Also the each document wise reference numbers also you got it here. They will be very much useful for you in the future whenever you want to troubleshoot any of the issues. Also another interesting thing you can see here is classification of your documents. Okay, the classification is nothing but as per the government has given some classification to each document like B2B, B2C, B2B intrastate, B2B intrastate, and in the B2C also B2B intrastate, even in that B2C small invoices, large invoices, like that there are around 50, 60 different classifications are there, considering all the different types of documents that are going to be filed to the government through the GST returns process. So here, this classification will be taken care by our cloud solution based on the data. It will decide or it will categorize the documents into the specific government classification so that nothing to be required to be done from the SAP side is taken care by our cloud system. So even SAP will be synchronized with the category of that particular document. So this will be helpful for you to have some interesting reports on SAP side like total B2B volumes or the B2B intrastate volumes or intrastate volumes or state-wise or something like that. You can have the different reporting on this data on SAP side. So like this data will be synchronized to our cloud system. And let me go to the cloud and proceed further. Okay. For example, your data is loaded to the cloud system, and what will happen next? Okay. So before proceeding with the filing process, let me try to show you some other features of the cloud before getting into that one. So first activity is the organizational management. Okay, this is one of the onboarding activity I can say. Whenever you are onboarding your organization to our system or our platform, first you need to manage your organization in the system like organization details, PAN number, etc., address, etc. And after that, you can add all your business places. If you have 10 business places, 10 business places can be added here, and all the GSTs will be validated by our system against your PAN number of the organization, etc. And once you add the business places, the next step is to you can create the users. Okay, so before creating the users, you can define the roles also. Roles are nothing but permissions, whatever the permissions you want to define with our platform. Like you have n number of users or 10 users you want to create in the system, but all 10 may not be identical. Each user may be meant for some specific activity or specific action only. So to restrict the permissions or the activities or the actions, possible actions to the user, we have given the option called roles. Okay, so default we are giving organizational admin, regular accounting user, business place admin, and sales admin and procurement admin. 5 roles will be given from our side, but if required, you can use the same roles by modifying these by adding a new role with a different permission. So these permissions are nothing but menu level permissions as well as the each page wise button level permissions, etc. So all these will be based on whatever you enable here. Those only will be made available or accessible to your users. Okay, so based on these permissions you define, first you will define your permissions based on your organizational or your team structure, and after that you can simply go and create the users in the system. The next step is user management. You will create the users, you can add n number of users to the system, and also you can restrict the access of the user at the business place level. You can see that you are assigning a business place to the user in this column. So whatever the business places are assigned to that user, those only will be accessible to that user and others will not be accessible. So that you can restrict the user to a specific business place. Suppose you have multiple branches or multiple in the multiple states, state one, or suppose Telangana branch accounting team can access only Telangana business place, and Maharashtra branch accounting team can handle only Maharashtra business place. Like that also you can separate the access to your these business places. So we don't have any limit on the add users. You can add n number of users to your system based on your need. We don't have any limitations in any of our subscription plans. And once you create, this is the user management. From here you can edit or you can reset passwords. You can manage the users. Okay. And after that, the next step is manage API keys. The manage API keys is mainly for integrating your ERP systems or any of your third-party systems with our cloud solution. You can simply come here and you can create a mobile. You can create a generate API key. You can simply give the name and generate it. So it will generate a key and secret for you, and you can pass on this information to your that particular third-party system or ERP team, so they can use this information to call our API framework. So this is mainly for managing the integrating your systems directly with our system. We want to eliminate as much as possible offline data load activities. Simply you can integrate with our system. Okay, so this is all about your organizational management. So generally, org admins will have access to this menu. If regular accounting users or business place admins, they generally don't have access to this menu. This won't be displayed to them. Based on the role, the menu will be different. The menu will not be same for all, so that you can restrict some of the actions to your users. The other one is data load. This is generally for the offline customers. I said sometime back to you that we also have the provision to upload the data using CSV data loads. Okay. So here you see that different types of files. We have around 10 formats of files you need to upload. So simply select that format and choose the file and upload. That is nothing but for the offline customers who don't want to have the live integration with our system. They can use this offline approach and they can generate the CSV files from their ERP system or the accounting software, and they can come here and simply upload and proceed further with the loading of data. And data load job log I have already highlighted to you. This is nothing but whatever the data loads that happen, that will be visible from here. The next one is, okay, so the next one, now I will jump onto the returns process before rather than getting into other stuff. There are so many features are there. Considering limited time we are having, let me quickly explain you the returns process. Okay, so here you can see all the returns available, and currently we are made it available GSTR 1, 2, 1A and 3. So you can see that whenever you open a return, you can see the page like this, and here outward supplies returns is in process. And here you can see that select the month for which you want to file the returns or you want to view the data. If you want to view the past data, you can view it if it is already filed or not filed, etc. And simply search. The search can okay, the search is saying that there are no returns. Please use initiate returns. That means let me initiate the returns for the month of June just by simply clicking on the initiate returns. Returns initiated successfully. There is nothing but you started your process of returns. The data is loaded to the system. Now we are trying to file the proceed with the filing. So this section highlight you the quick summary of the documents. We saw that 11 documents are loaded. Just for your understanding, you can see that 5 and total 11, and all are in the pending state. Pending means they are not yet uploaded to the government. Generally, this will be happen automatically with our scheduled jobs, but for demo purpose, we are not. We are doing it manually here. So you can see this summary. This is more or less like the quick summary of your documents based on the section-wise summary and the volume of the documents. You can see it here. Similarly, credit debit notes, advanced taxes, tax paid, and nil summary if there is any nil data applicable, nil taxes applicable. And by clicking on any of this one, it will navigate you to the detailed document list. That means all the documents that are there in that particular with that particular document category, like B2B, intrastate or interstate. By clicking on this one, you can view the document as well. Okay, so you can select a specific document and upload, or you can select all and upload the data. Okay, so for the simplicity, because we already have the data, what I can do is save all to GST. I can use it to upload the data to the government. So record saved GST successfully. Let me simply go here and see. Now you can see that the documents, total 11 documents are moved from pending state to good state. That is nothing but all 11 are in the saved state with the government. That means they are uploaded successfully to the government site. Okay, once documents are uploaded, here you can see the breadcrumb sort of approach. Here you can see these are workflow steps. You can see it here. First the step is save data. There is nothing uploading data to the government. Generally, it will happen out. And you can view the summaries here. And after that, followed by proceed to reconciliation. Just by clicking on this one, you can proceed to the reconciliation. Reconciliation mainly for any mismatches or some missing documents or something or on hold document handling, that you can do it from here. But considering it's a GSTR1 and we don't have any reconciliation data here, okay, so that's why I'm unable to show it to you. But here what will happen is, uh, let me try to generate dummy data. Okay, let me see if there is any data downloaded. So it is saying that matched reports are nothing but the reports which are already, what I can say is the exactly 100% identical. GST numbers and document numbers and amounts all are matching with the government or your counterparty copies, your ERP. That is called the matched reports. Mismatched reports will have two sections available in GSTN server. That is nothing but the records, the transactions which are with the government but not in your ERP. Generally, it will happen when your accounting team by any chance miss to update any data to your ERP, which will happen sometimes. Generally, in the procurement, this may happen because procurement invoices will be uploaded to the system on goods receipt or in the batches periodic mode. There might be a chance that you may miss one or two invoices that will come here, or by mistake if someone, what I can say, if someone used your GST number by mistake, then also it will come here because the transaction is not yours, but by mistake, some other's mistake, it came on your name. So those type of transactions will come here. Mismatched documents, generally these are nothing but the documents which are matching in terms of document invoice number and the GST number, but they're not matching in terms of data. So in case of any data mismatches, it will be displayed here by clicking on that particular document. You can see where exactly the mismatch is there, or the mismatches will be highlighted in the red. Also will give the detailed comparison, side by side comparison. And also for the mismatches, you can have the action like, you have the different actions like you can accept, reject, or you can do the, you can park them on the hold as well. Okay, for matched reports, what we have given is auto acceptance setting in the settings level, so that if you don't want to do it manually, you can simply do the auto acceptance and proceed with the auto acceptance, so that it will reduce your manual activity. For mismatch, only your focus area. And on hold documents are nothing but if you mark any of these documents are on hold, and they will come here. And for on hold documents, you can accept or reject, or you can do some activities on these. And also based on the expiry date, these on-hold documents, generally on-hold documents to be cleared in the 60 days or 90 days. I didn't remember the exact time period, but based on that, the highlighting will take place here, so that you can take, it will alarm you or it will alert you to take the quick action. Okay, so this is all about the reconciliation. And once you are done with the reconciliation, you can see everything in the verification. This is one of the critical step, I can say. It will help you to compare your data with the government copies and to understand if there are any data still pending to be uploaded or in error state, so that you can see that the ledger differences can be highlighted here in the red color. If the all are matching, everything will be green, but if they are not matching, it will be highlighted in the different color, so that it will be easy for you to understand if there are any mismatches. So you can see here that our entire data is matched with the government. So this is the one of precautionary step, I can say. In the verification, you can have the quick total summary you can verify. And if everything is matching, the next step is proceed to submit the data. The submission of data is nothing but locking your books with the government, saying that, okay, I'm done with my uploads and I'm ready to go ahead and file. So before filing, government says that first you declare the submission, saying that my books are final with you, so that you can do the submission step. After the submission, you are not allowed to make any modifications to your data, or you are not allowed to upload any new documents of that particular period. So just before submission, we recommend you to do that update document series. Document series are nothing but these are the numbers which are it's nothing but as part of the recent changes in the GST rule book. They request they expect the customers to declare their book series numbers, like starting number of the month and ending number of the invoices, and starting number of credit notes, ending number of credit notes, starting number of debit notes, like that. Each document wise, they are expecting the number series declaration, so that they will be clear that where is the starting number and ending number of your books. So that declaration can happen here. System will propose some model, but you can anyhow modify this data. Okay. After that, you will proceed with the submission. Okay. So once you proceed with the submission, you are not allowed to make any more changes to your data. Now I made the submission. So like this will move further, and after the submission, you will proceed to the filing of your returns. So filing of returns will highlight the summary of your data and what all the section-wise summary as well as the overall summary. And you will use the digital signature or the e-sign. E-sign is in the implementation process. You can use one of this process and file sign your document and submit to the. You can file it to the government. So all these are happening. So if you observe it here, if you use the SAP connector, your job is to simply come to reconcile, verify, submit, and file. No need to save data. Everything will be taken care automatically. And even in case of clean data from your side, it's mostly a verification process. Simply you come to verification step. Let me log in again. Just a moment. It got session timed out, I guess. Let me select June. So simply you will come here and see the verification of the data. If everything okay, then simply you can go and submit. Okay, this is how it will go. That is nothing but it's hardly a few minutes job for you to verify, submit, and file the returns with your signature, digital signature, and by applying your OTP or something like that. So this is how the process is simplified. Okay, so let me go back to SAP. Similarly, the GSTR2 works. GSTR2 also goes in the similar fashion. Suppose if I search initiate returns, and here you can see the documents, and you can see the document data from here. So for easy understanding of your users and for the self-service point of view, without much depending on your auditors, what we have done is we have made all our returns forms in the similar format of a wizard-based approach or the workflow-based approach. Here you can see what is the first step, second step, third, fourth, and fifth. If you go to GSTR1A, it also has similar. First it will be downloaded, then reconciliation, then it will proceed through a series of steps. And GSTR3, it has its own steps. So like this, we have given the guided approach so that your users will not be confused or will not go through any problem. They can easily do their returns filing process. And let me go back to SAP once, and let me try to refresh because we did the submission activity, but without filing. Let me refresh the status here. It is downloading the status from the cloud. This will also take place automatically because the status update jobs will be there. It will run on every 1 hour or 2 hours, so which will keep on update the status of your document. Immediately in SAP, you can see that the status of your documents are submitted to GST. Okay, so this is how it will work. That is nothing but your SAP will be up to date with the data and the submission of the data to the government. Also, there are document history. This is going out to be nothing but if what all the actions or modifications or activities happened against each document will be tracked through this document history. So from here, you can see that what exactly happened against each document. You can see that, and it will be easy to track for you. If there are any issues with the document, you can simply come here and analyze the logs or analyze the document history and understand it. And also for easy understanding of SAP users, what we have also enabled the provision of mismatch summary report. This is similar to the reconciliation. Simply here by giving the company code and let me give. So this will download the data from cloud. Automatically, you can see that reconciliation is directly happening from here. Matched reports, mismatched reports available in GST and on hold. So like this, you can see all the data and you can do most of your job from SAP side itself because your original values or main data is on SAP because SAP is the core or the initiating or the starting point of your data. So we want to give the provision to our users that they can simply come here and they can do all your job as much as possible in a simplified manner. They can simply come here and see the data and do the modifications or corrective actions directly from SAP without depending much on our cloud solution. There is nothing but reconciliation can also happen from the SAP side. Only the actions may need to be required from the cloud side. Like that, there are many other reports. You can filter your data based on the filter, business place, status wise. You can use your ASP filters. You can export the data for any further offline processing of Excel based processing. So like this, we have given all the provisions to our users so that they can do a lot of things. If you've made any modifications to your data, like maybe some cases, one of the example I can give you. Suppose you have entered some of your customers' GSTN number wrongly, but you realized afterwards after submitting to the our cloud system or to the government or uploading to the government. Simply you can upload the customer master with the right GSTN number, and you can come here. So I'm talking about the GST tax ledger. It's one of the important report I can say, or it will save a lot of your efforts. I can say in terms of simply this report. What this report will do is this report will fetch the data from your SAP ledgers, input ledgers and output ledgers related to a business place or the company, and it will sum the totals and it will display the SAP ledger totals of input taxes and output taxes, and it will compare these totals against the ASP tax ledgers, cloud ledger, and against the government ledger. So you can see all the three ledgers side by side. If all the totals are matching, that means that your data is perfect and updated perfectly to the cloud. This is nothing but a three-way verification report, I can say. Let me see if there is some data. And okay, so the data is not okay. I think I have given the year wrongly. Okay, so but this report is the one which will compare your SAP with the like your SAP core data with our ASP tax extraction data or the ASP tax cloud data and against the government ledgers. So if all three are tallying means you are safe. That means safe in the sense all the numbers are matched. That means no need to worry much about document level verifications or anything. Nothing is required. Simply you can view this report. If everything okay, you can go and blindly file your return. It's as simple as that. So this is one of the first report you need to check before filing the returns and simply see if everything is okay or not okay in terms of total. I think data synchronization not happened. That's why it is not showing the data. Let me see. Okay, I think service modifications are going on. Okay, so let me go back. So this is one of the crucial report. Also, we have counterparty with summary report. This is another report. What it will do is this report will also has the feature like it will extract the data in terms of business place, company, and counterparty wise specific counterparty or based on the document for a particular period, and it also has the provision of email. So what exactly this email functionality? This is an interesting email functionality I would like to explain to you. This is nothing but pre-reconciliation, I can say. Pre-reconciliation is nothing but weekly once, if you run this report or schedule this report, what it will do is it will extract the invoices created, purchase invoices created, sales invoices created in the system for that particular week, and it will prepare a Excel-based statement of those invoices. And if you select this email, it will trigger an email to all your counterparties on a weekly basis or bi-weekly or monthly based on the periodicity. So that what will happen is that is nothing but you are sharing the customer statements or the vendor statements with them as per your ERP data. That is nothing but you are giving a provision to your vendors to verify their data. You are giving a provision to your customers to verify the data with their ERP once and come back if they have any issues. So that what will happen if out of 10 vendors, maybe 5 are good with you, are good in terms of verification process on this one. They may come back saying that, okay, boss, one invoice is wrong. Then immediately you can correct your system because you are in the middle of the month only. Simply you can take the immediate corrective action if there is anything wrong. That means you are not waiting till the government says that your data is not matching. Before that itself, you are sending this communication of email statements or statement exchange so that you are doing the pre-reconciliation before submitting to the government itself, so that you are sanitizing your data in such a way that the returns process will become much optimal and less time consuming. So this is one of the interesting feature. Even most of the customers applauded this feature because they felt that this is going to be useful, and they can at least give a chance for the customers and vendors to verify with their ERP to come back if there is everything okay or not okay. Hope you all also like this feature. So that it will save a lot of your reconciliation time, and before submitting to the government itself, you are clearing your data inconsistencies between you and your counterparty. Also like that, there are compliance reports like GSTR1 summary, 2 summary, 2A summary. That is nothing but all the filing data that is given to the file to the government will be displayed from these reports. Suppose you have filed your returns on monthly basis and you have some problem with some particular month. You want to see what exactly you filed to the government. Simply come here and you open this report. This compliance data report will pull the complete data and display you that complete information. Similarly, modification history and process report. This is nothing but if there are any reconciliation oriented modifications happened on the cloud side, not originated from SAP side, In that case, this report will highlight all the modification list. Suppose out of 1,000 documents, you may have 10, 20 modifications. All 20 modifications will be highlighted here, and it also guides that what exactly the process you can follow, so that you can view the modification. You can compare your existing data versus what modified data, and simply you can go to your SAP specific transaction like VF01s or Myro or something like that, or you can go and post your invoices or the credit debit notes to correct your or to balance these modifications and mark here as complete. Okay, so like this, the modifications will also be transparent to your SAP users for the immediate corrective actions once the filing is done. Generally, this modification history report is useful to you after the filing is done. Once the filing is done, simply come to SAP, just do these corrections and close your filing in a complete manner. Like SAP is up to date with what you declared to the government. But if you miss these modifications, the system is going to be completely inconsistent. Your ledgers never tally, and government says some X amount, but your system says Y amount, it won't match at all. So to avoid these inconsistencies, the modification history report is going to help you a lot. And there are some other reports here, on-demand execution of reports, like if you want to download bulk documents or upload in bulk or do something in manually, you can use some of these options. Okay. And we also have configuration. This is a big configuration involved with this connector, considering we made it as much as possible reusable and simply configurable and without code corrections every time. So a lot of configuration settings are there, around 1,000 entries you need to do it, but most of the entries we will give you default, and after that we will analyze your business process and do the corrections to these configuration entries. One of some example configuration entries, I can say business places. You can simply go here and see, you can map your SAP business places with our cloud business places that you are enrolled or created to the system, and you can maintain this so that there will be a bridge between your SAP system and cloud system. Similar to that, company codes mapping and return statuses mapping and log types and lot of different parameters are there. And also synchronization, in case if you feel that your configuration is disturbed, you can go and do the resync once, and it's a very careful activity, but if you do the resync, all the configurations will be reset back to the default. So like that, lot of other options. And GSTR dates, for example, these will be very much crucial for the returns process or the alerts and reminders, notifications and emails. So if in future, if government changes the date, you simply come here and modify the date so that your notifications will adopt to the new dates automatically. So this is as simple as that. It's not hard coded or it's not written anywhere in the directly in the code. They are managed as much as possible as the configurable. Also, all our service layers, like ASP connectivity, was all the credentials and everything will be maintained here. The business place credentials, user key, and the whatever the secrets you have there, all these will be maintained from here. And service paths, like all our APIs and API methods and corresponding other details will be maintained here. Also the SSLs or proxy URLs, if you are having anything, all will be maintained from here. So these are all the configurable entries. This connector is highly configurable, and you can manage notification settings and job configurations and etc. So like this, we have different configurations. All these configurations will be maintained in the system. And once these configurations are done and the extractors are adjusted as per your business process, the connector will be ready to use. You can run on your quality or sandboxes with our cloud sandbox. And if everything is okay, you can move it to the production. Similarly, audit log. This is one of the crucial or important thing I can say in our connector. So audit log is mainly for whatever the actions that are happening in your data, everything will be tracked. Whatever the user activity is happening, whatever the document-wise changes happening, state changes or the status changes or the data changes, everything will be tracked. And also API calls will be tracked. Exceptions that are occurring in your connector also will be tracked. Like this, all the different levels of logs are there, and also some of the table logs also there. This is nothing but this will highlight for configuration tables. We have enabled the table level logs. You can view these table level logs from here, and also you can use API log viewer to view the logs that are recorded against your API calls, and everything okay, not okay, or you can put the forbidden, etc. You can use the filters to filter the data based on the response code. For example, I want to filter based on the forbidden, so only the forbidden and etc. will come. So like this, different types of logs are there. Exception logs will highlight you the different types of exceptions that are occurring in your system. So these are some of the logs. This will help you to troubleshoot, because it's a compliance returns filing, compliance data filing to the government. So we don't want you to spend a lot of time in troubleshooting. We want to have a quick troubleshooting or quick resolutions. So to enable that quickest possible resolution, we enable as much as possible logs possible in your system, so that any problem or any integration issues you are encountering or incurring in your system, simply we can come here and check the logs, and simply in a span of less than 5-10 minutes, we will come to know the root cause against the problem that you have mentioned, so that we will be able to immediately support you with the right solution. Also, you can also we have given a provision for you to enable, disable, or the control these logs. Suppose you don't want to handle the exception logs because of huge database size it's happening, you can simply come here and disable the logs just by making this X to false or X to blank. Enable API log, enable user activity log. Also change log tables. What all the tables are under change logs, you can configure here so that that will work automatically, the logging process of the table. So like this, we have made it as much as possible configurable and controllable from your team or from our support team, so that it will be easy for you to use this connector. And also, we avoided the dependency on your basis to schedule the jobs. It's a self-guided scheduling of jobs will be available here. Simply by clicking the job, you can schedule the job here, or you can reschedule the job by simply clicking on this button. That is nothing but you don't need to know which report or which job you need to configure. Simply coming here, you can schedule list of jobs that are required or relevant for your connector, and you can simply click on the job name and schedule or reschedule, and like that you can reschedule or schedule, and you can process it further. So the jobs will run automatically and your data process will take place. Also, you can change the configuration of your jobs by going here, schedule job settings, and you can see that how exactly the job periodicity should work, what are the reports and periodicity. This first will come with the default periodicity, and after that you can modify the periodicity so that the schedules will change accordingly. So we have made it again, this is also configurable, so that without knowing much knowledge, simply going through our help documents or manuals, you can do your self-service also, or you can simply call our support or help desk. There they can assist you assist you on this one. For example, job monitor. This is nothing but we want our user to avoid going to SM37 and filter the jobs, etc. We simply gave whatever the connector jobs all can be monitored simply from here. Also by clicking on the job, you can view the job logs, etc. and last run details, etc. and the status of the job, etc. So this will give you the simple flexibility, and without knowledge, without any much knowledge of our product, you can simply go and manage our connector or view the data. So this is overall about our asptax connector and our cloud solution. Cloud solution has many other features, but I haven't highlighted because of the limited time we are having. Already I took more than 20 minutes of your time. I'm very sorry for that, but considering the lot of features we have, I made at least 50%, maximum 50% only I have highlighted to you, but there are so many other features which I was unable to highlight to you because of time limitation. You also have different reports and different settings options, business place level settings, so that you can customize, and directly from here you can raise your support tickets, or you can reach our community, or you can give your feedback, etc. Like this, there are so many features. And help documents, directly they are available with our help manual, say asptax help.asptax.com. From here, this is a continuous process. We are improving our help documentation. First we focused on our product to be implemented, and also here you can see the help documents in the format of videos as well as the graphical image oriented format. Like you can play the videos to view how exactly this will work, etc. So we made it as much as possible for you to easily use the application by yourself without depending on your auditor or without depending much on us. That is one of the main motive. And also we have the mobile apps, and Android mobile app and the iOS mobile app released. They're already on the Play Store. So these apps are the informative app. The data will be displayed here, but generally we are not enabling any actions. Like filing is not possible from the apps. Only thing is you can view your data. This is mainly for managerial apps, like your management or the CFOs or the directors want to track the progress of your returns, etc. They can simply come here. They can view the analytics. Also, they can view the progress of the data filing or the returns filing, etc. So this will become much easier for them to track the progress of your returns even on the go. So these apps already in production. So whoever are our customers are enabled with them, we have enabled to them so that they can use these apps and they can play around it. There are multiple what I can say new versions are also in the pipeline. We're going to come up with the new versions soon. And also anytime you can change your business place, or you can change the what I can say organization by using the switch organization option. Okay, so I think I haven't used it for quite some time. It was logged out. Let me go to one of the business place. And from here, you can use the switch organization option, and you can come back to the total organizations and select another organization, another business place, and you can go here and search the data. Okay, so like this, we have given as much flexibility as possible for the users to simply manage their returns from our cloud system, and also direct integration with our SAP system. For SAP customers who uses SAP connector, it is a much simpler process, and the data will be automatically synchronized and automatically uploaded to the government. You simply come and verify and file. That's simple. We made this entire returns process. And generally, if someone has huge number of invoices, it's going to be they never feel to worry because it's going to be taken care automatically by our connectors. Even we have some customers who have around 10,000 invoices in a day. They are also saying that they are testing this application. They are feeling that that's very convenient, and they are using it in the test or sandboxes. They feel it as working very well. That's a good feedback I would like to share with you, or we are more than happy to hear that feedback from the customer. Yearly, they are having 40-50 lakhs invoices, and they are seeing that this connector is making their life much simpler compared to the generation of the CSV files and upload to the system. Okay, this is all about our system and connectors.